Well, Spokane City Council President Ben Stuckert wants a do-over when it comes to an ordinance that would authorize the city to fine railroads for transporting crude oil through Spokane. Now, last month, the council voted to put the initiative on the November ballot. It would allow the city to impose a $261 fine for each oil or uncovered coal car. The Spokane Firefighters Union backed the initiative, citing the potential safety risk to crews if they had to respond to a derailment. KXY4 News reached out to Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad for their reaction to those safety concerns, and our Neale working for you with their response.
Nadine, the City Council's primary concern is protecting the aquifer in case of an oil car train crash. The Firefighters Union is worried about the potential risk firefighters would face if there happened to be an oil car crash in the downtown core. Now, while these rail lines have been running through downtown for most of 100 years, these aren't the same tracks that carried those first steam trains. Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway prides itself on safety and efficiency.
BNSF moves 99.99% of all of our hazmat without incident, without a release of product.
On average, 50 BNSF trains roll through Spokane each day.
We move as many as 5,000 cars in a day.
Those cars carry everything from carrots to cars to coal and oil.
And each one of those 50 trains that we're moving takes trucks off the roadway.
And while the bridges through downtown Spokane appear to be the same today as they were 100 years ago, the parts that do the heavy work, the rail, the ties, the ballast, have all been replaced.
We've replaced over 200,000 ties. We're replacing rail today in the Spokane yard. We've spent $500 million in the state of Washington in the last 3 years in track upgrades, and we're continuing with that process.
The familiar clickety-clack sound of a train passing over the track end connections has been replaced with the sleek sound of steel wheels gliding across welded rail. A quieter, safer ride.
All of the rail on all the bridges through Spokane in the last 3 years have been replaced.
But those are the things that people don't see when they see a train.
We've adjusted speeds to ensure safety.
Those oil and coal cars moving through downtown Spokane travel at no more than 25 miles an hour. And if that oil isn't being moved on the rails, it will have to be transported on our freeways, where it takes 3 semi-trucks to carry the same amount as 1 rail car.
On our northern tier, and that's an area that encompasses from the Great Lakes across the plains, through the Rockies to the Pacific Northwest ports, not one fatality as a result of a hazmat release since 1980. And we're a common carrier. We're obligated federally to move all types of products. We can't selectively say, yes, we'll move a load of big screen TVs, telephones, and stuffed animals, and decline a load of oil.
As for those oil and coal cars coming through Spokane, the coal is sprayed with basically what amounts to a commercial-grade hairspray that keeps the dust from floating off while they're traveling. Those cars are taken to Western Washington ports where the coal is exported. The oil, however, is taken to Western Washington refineries and turned into oil and gas that we use in our vehicles every single day. In West Spokane, Neale, KXOY4 News.
Well, City Council President Ben Stuckert has now changed his mind on that proposed ordinance that we told you about to fine the oil and the coal carrying rail cars. KXY4's Alyssa Donovan working for you. She's live in the newsroom. So, Alyssa, why the change?
Well, Nadine, Stuckert says he's willing to admit when he's wrong, and when it comes to this issue, he believes he jumped the gun. There are a few different reasons for the change of heart. One of them is he doesn't think this is a winnable issue. If it had passed, it would have been overturned by the courts. So it's better to work on more constructive issues. Stuckert also says just by putting the ordinance on the ballot, it's already done something positive, opening up a productive dialogue between the city and railway companies. He wants to continue this progress of discussing ways to stabilize the Bakken crude oil with these companies. He says this is a victory in itself because it's gotten everyone at the same table. Stuckert says taking the ordinance off the ballot won't stop efforts to address citizen concern.
Council just worked for 2 hours last week with our emergency management department, and that's really on the back end, what happens if an accident happens. But we need to really be looking to the federal government to provide leadership and force the issue on making that product safer.
Several council members have also expressed interest in creating a regional group to approach this at more of a state and federal level as opposed to just within the city. Stuckert will have to suspend the rules at tonight's city council meeting to get this resolution to remove this ordinance added to the agenda. And this is the last day city council can pull something off the November the November ballot. Reporting in studio, Alyssa, Donovan, KXLY 4 News.